Please welcome to the stage, Vice President of Product Management at Cvent, McNeil Keenan.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Cvent Product Roadmap. Thank you to Taylor Swift for the great intro. It feels great to be back up here, although I'll admit, it's a lot bigger than usual. I mean, this is a lot of stage. You know, normally, right about now, I'd be turning to Brett Fitzgerald, who's opened the keynote with me for the past 9 years. We've been up here through major launches, platform pivots, roadmap surprises. But this year, Brett's not with us. He and his wife just welcomed their second child. And so for a few weeks, yes, a round of applause for Brett and Ilana. He's spending some well-earned time at home as a full-time dad. But man, so much space to just move. Really kind of stretch out. I mean, big hand gestures, tell terrible dad jokes, all without the disapproving eye of Brett, right over my shoulder. Now, he says he'll be back, but if not, I don't hate it. It's kind of nice up here. All right, on to the good stuff. Over the next 75 minutes, we're going to walk you through the innovations shaping the future of the Cvent platform. And I'll be honest, this year does feel a little different. Event professionals are facing more pressure than ever. Budgets are tight, teams are stretched, travel's unpredictable. And AI, it's gone from emerging tech to why haven't you implemented it yet? Every team's getting the same questions. What's your strategy? What problems are you going to solve? And how are you going to use AI to do it? Well, at Cvent, we're leaning in with a clear vision and a name to go with it, Cvent IQ. Cvent IQ is a collection of powerful intelligence capabilities embedded across the Cvent platform. It brings together our unmatched industry expertise, proprietary insights, and our smart platform with powerful machine learning, automation, and generative AI. And it's enabled by the fact that all of your event data already lives in one place. So what does that mean? Well, it means you can tap into powerful insights, automation, and personalize the experiences, all grounded in your own data within a platform built with enterprise-grade security and trust. And it all comes together around a single belief. All your events, one platform, supercharged with Cvent IQ. So let me break that down. All your events, not just your biggest conferences, but every training, every roadshow, every internal meeting, sales kickoff, even your webinars. Because if they matter to your business, they should live on the platform. Because when all of your events are in one place, you get the visibility, the consistency, and a complete data story. Now we know, this is a big ask, and we're not up here assuming that we've already earned the right to be your platform for every single event in your program. That's why we're investing at the level that we are. Not to rest on our success, but to continue earning your trust. We're building towards this vision because we believe in its value, and we want to help you realize it on your terms. Next, one platform with enterprise-grade scale, security, and support to run events with confidence across teams, business units, and regions. And now, supercharge with Cvent IQ. This is to give you time back to unlock new insights, to personalize the attendee experience in ways never thought possible before. So it's going to help you focus on the strategic moments that move your program forward. So what are we covering today? Well, this is a product roadmap session. And it's going to be led by our product management team that's building the platform. So you're going to hear directly from product leadership on 4 major themes driving our investments this year. First, how we're helping more people across your organization, like field marketers, regional teams. We're going to help them run events quickly in compliance and giving you full visibility. We call this empowering the field. Second, how we're enabling high-impact attendee experiences through smarter, AI-driven personalization. And third, how we're increasing user efficiency. So event marketers can work faster, focus on what really matters. And fourth, how we're continuing to strengthen support across the entire event lifecycle, especially for your largest, most complex events. As a modern-day event professional, you're all focused on flawless execution and business outcomes. And this is the roadmap for you. Because great events require both. precision and impact, detail and scale. So some quick notes before we dive in. There is a lot happening on the platform, so we simply can't cover it all in one single session. So new this year, we've added 2 extended roadmap sessions, which are planner and supplier collaborative solutions, and second, equip your teams with tools for trade show success. In addition to those, we have deep dives into 16 individual products. Second, if you've got questions today, whether you're here in the room or online, feel free to ask them in Attendee Hub. Our experts are there to respond. And third, as this is a roadmap session, the most common question we get is, when is all this going to be available? And the answer is simple. Everything we show today is either available now or is planned to be available in the next 6 months. All right, with that, let's get started. We're going to start with empowering the field. So here we go. You know, when we look at how many of you use Cvent today, there's a bit of a pattern. For your most important event of the year, Cvent's the gold standard. But when we look across your entire event program, what we see is a huge volume of smaller events. Those are field events, road shows, workshops, regional meetups. These are the critical touch points for your customers and prospects, but they're often managed outside the core events team by your regional teams, your field marketers, or even individual reps. And that creates a gap in execution quality, a gap in brand consistency, and a big gap in visibility and data. Your attendees don't see these as field events, they just see them as part of your brand experience. So that's why empowering the field is one of our key strategic themes this year. We believe the central events team can set the playbook, but the field team can execute within it. But only if we make it simple, accessible, and built on the same platform that you trust for your most important events of the year. So today, Jackie and her team, they're going to show you exactly what we're doing to make that happen. But first, let's hear from one of our customers on exactly how they are seeing this opportunity.
We are a small but mighty team of 4 people. Events are growing, Blackstone is growing. That's a huge testament to our events team and how well the events are going. But we need to redirect some of the events that are coming in. We're up 40% since last year, and we don't want to turn business units away from doing events, so we're looking for other ways to manage how we can reallocate some of these events and still use Cvent, and still track attendance and use the pretty invites and the pretty sites, but alleviate some of the work from our team and redirect it to other business units.
Growing pains can be a good problem to have, but when your plate's already full, it's not just about finding ways to do more with less. So we're making it possible for you to empower your field teams with a lot less hassle. Last year on this stage, we announced that our newest product, Cvent Essentials, was entering its beta phase. The goal was simple: strike the right balance between simplicity and compliance so you can keep your brand and company standards intact while your field teams get the freedom to manage their own events. Well, today, I'm excited to say that Cvent Essentials is officially available. Welcome to the party. Come on in. Essentials brings together promotion, registration, on-site execution, and attendee engagement into one simple tool. What's great is that everyone gets their own isolated experience. So even the people that you haven't given a Cvent login to, in fear that they might mess something up, well, they can now get in and manage their own events worry-free with your guidance. So here's how it works. Your field teams can create an event within minutes using pre-approved templates designed by you. They fill in the basics, the description, the location, details of the programming. Then they add their speakers and any additional team members that might help execute on site. And an on-brand attendee website is automatically generated. Promoting the event is just as easy. Quickly send invites, register people directly, or share it on Events Plus to drive signups. When people come, they find a sleek, branded experience where they can register and get all the information in just a few clicks. Now, when it's event day, forget those paper sign-in sheets and Excel spreadsheets. Your on-site team has everything they need, and that starts with check-in in the On-Arrival app. Your team doesn't need to log in. They'll get an email directly with a link that puts them into On-Arrival for that specific event. From there, they can start checking people in, and if someone shows up last minute, they can easily handle that walk-in registration, no problem. And to keep everyone engaged during the event, attendees simply pull out their phones, scan a QR code, and from there, they can join in, answering questions, submitting live feedback through the surveys, or answering polls right from their seats. It's quick, it's interactive, and it keeps everyone connected throughout the event. Now, all your event data, registration, attendance, participation, it flows directly into your systems in real time, eliminating the data chaos so your sales and marketing teams can act fast. Customers using Essentials are already starting to see its positive impact. So let's hear from one now.
Cvent Essentials has helped us on our big events, but also our small events. Anytime someone used to register, it would come to my email, and then I would go and then put it on an Excel spreadsheet, where now I just spin up a site. It takes less than 10 minutes, and then I use that, and I put it in our promotional emails, so they just have to click a link to register, and it keeps track of all of it there. And then even once they do register, any of the follow-up emails are out of Cvent Essentials. If I need to put the agenda on there for a small glance of it, I can put it there. It's super easy and makes my life way better because I don't have to keep an eye on my email every hour.
Cvent Essentials has improved our event planning and execution because I'm able to focus more in the weeds on catering or transportation or things like that to actually help those planning the events a little better. But it makes it easier for me because with a couple clicks of a button, I can have an event live and the team can have something that they can send out pretty quickly, and I'm able to focus my time on some other things for the team.
Scaling Essentials across your company doesn't mean you have to give up control. Every event can still look and feel on brand and follow your standards without any extra work for you. And that's through the use of our templates. We've designed two types, guardrails and starting points. Think of guardrails as your non-negotiables. They're centrally managed, so nobody can accidentally change the critical stuff. If you ever do need to make an update, you can change that once, and it's instantly reflected everywhere. That's compliance made easy. Now, starting points, on the other hand, are all about flexibility. Your field teams can get a solid foundation, something you've built and approved that they can still tailor. Maybe they need to swap out the text or an image or add some event-specific details. Well, they can make those adjustments, but only within the boundaries that you've set. And the best part is that these templates are modular. You create smart, reusable building blocks and then mix and match based off the needs of your event. That means you don't need a separate template for every scenario. You get more control, less clutter, and a much easier way to scale your event program. And to make picking the right template simple, we've added in visibility rules. You can create an event and decide template and decide which events they show up for. Maybe it's only for a certain region or a specific department or just for external events. Now, when someone goes to create an event, they only see the templates that make sense based off that event within your program. No more confusion or second guessing. Your brand and compliance rules are built in right from the start, and every event is set up for success. Now let's hear from another customer on their experience.
The Cvent platform is powerful and very customizable, but that can be a double-edged sword. Cvent Essentials dulls one side of that sword. It makes it impossible for somebody to mess with colors, use the wrong logo. Everything is set up just exactly how you need it. Here at the Leadership Institute, we have a team of somewhere between 30 to 40 people that deploy to college campuses and do trainings at these college campuses. And these events often range from 2 to maybe at most 8 people, and we do at some points 10 of these a day. So it's a lot of different trainings that look the exact same and require the exact same stuff, but they don't need the full Cvent registration suite. They just need Essentials. And it's been a night and day difference because it's been maybe a few clicks and everything looks exactly as it should be while still having on arrival and the other features that we need with Cvent.
Please welcome to the stage Ashley Phelps, the head of our beta programs. Hi, everyone. Ashley, since you led this beta program, why don't you share some of the key insights and activities that occurred?
As with any beta program, the purpose is for our customers to get early access to the product, use it, and give us feedback to help validate real-world readiness and help shape our roadmap. And for Essentials, we really wanted to make sure that the product hit the mark. And we wanted this validated by you, our customers, through real-world usage. After Connect last summer, we kicked things off with a smaller group of customers, but so many of you were excited and eager to participate, so the program kept growing. In total, we had 225 customers participate in our beta program. To those of you who are here in the room, and the rest joining from your favorite home office chair, thank you. Not only did you create over 500 Essentials events, you met with our product and UX teams in over 80 interviews. And you submitted over 5,000 pieces of written feedback. This level of participation truly impressed us. We read and considered every single piece of feedback you shared. So, what did it all say? Of course, we heard tons of positive feedback, like this is revolutionary, and all the ways you plan to use Essentials. And we heard constructive feedback from big, broad asks, like wanting more website design capabilities, to some very specific feedback, like adding a period to the end of some default text. The details matter, right? And we heard some imaginative feedback. One customer said, I want Essentials to set up a check-in table, dress correctly, and answer questions on site. Well, today, we are excited to share that robots at check-in tables are not on the roadmap. Yet. I mean, never say never with the pace of AI these days. In all seriousness, what do we do with all this feedback? Because this is the real impact. We acted, responding quickly and iteratively throughout the program to release over 70 product enhancements directly based on the customer feedback. That's 70 ways that you made Essentials better. I want to mention one extra thing. We are doing beta programs in almost every product area at Cvent, including many of the things you'll see on stage in this session. So get involved, get early access, and give us your feedback. Now, back to Essentials.
Thanks, Ashley. Yes. Thanks to things like the beta program, we're confident that all the I's are dotted, the T's are crossed, and yes, we added a period to the end of that sentence.
That's right, because no feedback is too small, and no detail gets dismissed. Every single piece of feedback matters, and it helped us shape a product that's stronger and more useful for everyone. So again, to those of you who tested, shared, and challenged us, because of you, Essentials isn't just a product launch. It's a testament to what we can build when we work together.
Thanks, Ashley.
Thank you.
Now, I want to touch on just a couple key updates for you to look forward to. For many of you, managing events starts with Access Portal. And with this upcoming integration, the entire process will be fully self-service. Access Portal users will be able to submit an event request, and once it's approved, they can handle everything themselves. Sourcing a venue, entering a budget, and now fully manage the event with Cvent Essentials, all from within the Access Portal. We talked a lot about templates, and that last customer story really drove home how critical it is to remove complexity from our users. That's why we've invested so much already, and we're continuing to do so in many more areas. Today, I'm going to highlight just one, and that's website design templates. Your events are a direct reflection of your brand, and the event website is the first thing that people see. But building a polished site can be difficult without the right tools. Now with website templates, you give your event creators ready-made starting points. You have advanced tools to create these templates, to set the layout, add key elements, and decide what can be changed. Now when someone creates an event, they simply pick a template and update any unlocked sections with the key event details. It makes sure that every event remains professional and on brand without the constant back and forth to get it right. Now, bringing smaller and simpler events onto the Cvent platform used to be difficult, too expensive, and too complicated. Essentials changes that. Now your teams can run more events on the platform, giving you access to data you've never had before, and doing it all within your budget. So to learn more about Cvent Essentials, simply reach out to your account manager. We're excited to help you scale your event program and say yes to more events. Now, everything I've covered so far has been focused on scaling highly repeatable in-person events. Next, let's hear from Matt to find out ways how your audience can discover these events. Matt, take us away.
Thanks, Jackie. Let's face it, running an event program today is a balancing act. You've got conferences, webinars, field events, each with its own team and its own needs. That's why Cvent gives you a complete toolkit to empower your teams in the field. Essentials to run your field events, webinar to keep your audience engaged online, and Events Plus to bring it all together in one central hub. Here's how Events Plus brings everything together in this one branded hub. No more patchwork, just a simple, connected place that keeps your audience engaged and your whole program unified. And that's where the event calendar with Events Plus really shines. Think of it as your program's front door. The calendar pulls everything together, every event from every team. You can set up multiple calendars by region, topic, or whatever fits your strategy. Want to boost registrations for a flagship event? Just pin it to the top. Need to make sign-up seamless? Pre-filled forms make it a breeze for your audience to register. And here is the best part. Every click, every registration, every conversion is tracked from start to finish. It's simple, branded, and it makes your whole program feel connected, while giving you the tools to turn interest into action and action into measurable results. But what about between events? With Events Plus, on-demand content generated from your events themselves becomes an engagement engine. Now, when someone watches your on-demand content, it's not just passive. You can add call to action buttons so viewers can sign up for your next event or check out a product right from the video. Attach resources like white papers or slide decks. Every view is the perfect opportunity to introduce the next best action. And while you're turning every view into action, there's another way to make your content work even harder for your attendees. Because for them, it's not just about watching sessions, it's about growing their skills and getting credit for it. But let's be honest, tracking down certificates and credits from different events, that's usually a hassle. So now, instead of chasing down paperwork or searching inboxes, your attendees get one spot to view every credit they've earned and all of their certificates, no matter which of your events it has come from. It's all right there, organized and ready whenever they need it. But we're not stopping there. Credits are expanding to webinar and essentials, so you can run your whole professional development program, start to finish, right on a single platform. Award credits automatically for attendance, time spent, or completing a survey. Attendees get recognized right away, which motivates them to join in and stay involved. And for you, it means your webinars and essentials events become even more valuable. And webinars, they're one of your most critical touch points with your audience in between your in-person events. They allow you to expand your thought leadership and build your following, and that's why we continue to invest in Cvent Webinar. First up, we have simulcasting, which will allow you to reach an even bigger audience. You'll not only be able to stream just to Cvent Webinar, but also to YouTube, Vimeo, Twitch, and more, all at once. Second, scenes will make webinar production a breeze. You can preset your speakers and content for each segment and switch between them with just a click. It's like having a control room at your fingertips, so every transition feels smooth and stress-free. So, Essentials is now generally available to power all of your field events at scale. Webinar is here to help keep your audience engaged and build a real following between events. And Events Plus, it's the central hub that brings it all together. Every event, every format, all in one place. And as McNeil kicked us off, we believe in the value of having all of your events on one platform. And we want to help you realize the value on your terms. So, this is very exciting because I get one of those and one more thing moments. For all accounts, and that means it applies to every single one of you in this room, Events Plus is now included and active in your account today. Now, back to McNeil to talk about high-impact attendee experiences.
All right. Thank you, Matt. And thanks for that great last announcement about Events Plus. So, there's a coffee shop near our office, and it's close to where my family lives. It's called Bluestone Lane. It's a fast-growing Australian coffee company, and the founder, Nicholas Stone, started it because he felt coffee chains had just become transactional. No warmth, no connection. So he built Bluestone Lane around a very different idea, that a cafe could feel personal, familiar. He said, there has to be something that is more focused on this individual, independent spirit, where you have recognition and you feel like a local. And one day, I experienced exactly that. I walked in to pick up our usual afternoon coffee order for my wife and me, and the barista said, McNeil, hold on. We've got something for you. And they knew we were expecting our first baby soon, and so they chipped in to give us a gift, diapers and bottles. It was a total surprise, and in that moment, I didn't just feel like a local, I felt seen. And I thought, why would I ever go anywhere else? And since, we haven't. Now, funny side note, for you parents out there, if a picture is worth 1,000 words, a live photo is worth, well, 1,000 words on the real story of taking the picture. We had a lot of fun with that little bluey Bluestone hat, I can assure you. But this story, it captures the power of personalization, how it builds loyalty, it creates connection, and it turns moments into memories. And that's exactly what we're helping you do at Cvent with high-impact attendee experiences. Because when all of your attendee data lives on one platform, things like past attendance, registration details, content engagement, on-site interactions, you can actually know your attendees. And now with AI, you can personalize every touch point, from how you communicate to what content they see to the way they're welcomed on-site. And that's what high impact looks like. And to show you how we're bringing that to life, let's welcome Shiloh and Michael. Take it away.
Have you ever wished that every attendee could feel like a VIP, even in a crowd of thousands? That's what we are here to make possible. Imagine your event where every touch point feels personal and every interaction looks and feels like your brand. With our platform, you have the freedom to customize every detail: colors, logos, messaging, and the overall look, so your brand shines through at every step. And the best part? Whether it's your event website, your event app, or your on-site check-in, everything stays consistent and unmistakably yours.
And it should also feel unique for each attendee, because we're all more invested in an experience when we feel like it's tailored to us.
And tailored personalization starts by really getting to know your attendees. What matters to them, what they're interested in, and how they connect with your events. That's why global contact profiles are getting an upgrade, giving you a clear, evolving picture of each attendee and what drives their engagement. These profiles grow with every interaction, whether your attendees are sharing their interests or we're learning from their actions. Today, Renee can select topics she's passionate about in Attendee Hub, giving you a direct view into what matters to her. And soon, discovered interests powered by Cvent IQ will help uncover even more. As Renee navigates your event, her actions, such as session attendance and exhibitor visits, reveals new interests she may not have initially stated. The result? A rich, dynamic profile that grows over time and lives in your address book, ready to power your CRM, MarTech stack, and audience segments.
And by now, you're probably familiar with audience segments. At its core, our approach gives you the power to segment your invitees based on criteria such as registration questions, session engagement, so that they each feel like the event was personally designed just for them. And with dynamic segments, you can create these rules ahead of time that automatically assign attendees to these segments, saving you time and eliminating errors. We already support a wide range of conditions and will continue to expand this over time, allowing segments to be created based on attendee interests, past event attendance, and even more actions that attendees are taking from the entire event lifecycle, from their first visit on your website to their last response on your post-event survey.
And attendees know what they want. They have specific goals, and they've committed to stepping away from their daily lives to be at your event. So they deserve the 5-star treatment. The White Lotus experience, but without all the drama. But to provide that level of personalized attention, you would either need way more time or an entire team of assistants. And that is where AI comes in to help. Each attendee will have their own personal assistant, ready to answer any question and provide support at any time. Your attendees get the full VIP treatment, and you don't have to lift a finger. And their assistant is designed specifically for them, powered by a team of purpose-built agents ready to tackle any scenario.
So let's meet the team. Now, I know this looks like a lot, so before I introduce you to each agent, I want to make one thing clear. Attendees will only ever interact with one AI assistant. Its name? It's whatever you want it to be. But today, we'll mainly be showing it as the event assistant. Behind the curtain, though, the whole team works together in tailoring the experience, all powered by Cvent IQ. Okay, at the top, we have the coordinator. This agent works the front desk, routing inquiries, delegating tasks to keep everyone else on track. But how, you might ask, is the coordinator qualified to do this? Well, this is where the magic of the Cvent platform and its breadth of data comes into play. Flanking the coordinator, we have two extremely important assistants, the event expert and the brand ambassador.
First, as the name suggests, the event expert knows everything about your event. It'll be aware of every event detail, from the agenda, floor plans, custom content, and more. And we know that important content doesn't always live in Cvent. That's why we're adding an event knowledge base, where you can easily upload the other details like shuttle schedules, FAQs, and most importantly, when those coffee carts roll out. And better yet, it is also keenly aware of audience segments, so you have full control over who can access each piece of information. The event expert keeps track of it all, managing this huge pool of data so that every other agent can personally guide your attendees.
And if the event expert is the brain, then the brand ambassador is the heart, making sure that every interaction feels like your brand. And in this context, we're focusing on voice and tone. Not all brands communicate in the same way, and events are one of the loudest channels that a brand engages in. And that's why we're enabling you to supply these assistants with existing writing samples. The brand ambassador will then enforce your voice and tone so that attendees always feel like they're speaking directly with your team. In short, these two assistants are responsible for exactly what your attendees can access while making certain that each agent is following the rules. Okay, moving on to the rest of the team. Starting on the left, we have the content curator, commerce concierge, and network navigator, built for session intelligence, exhibitor engagement, and attendee interaction. And then, here to individualize every exchange is the personal assistant. So let's dive into each one.
First, let's meet the content curator, powered by Cvent IQ. This assistant delivers personalized session recommendations, builds agendas, and enhances the in-session experience for every attendee, all providing you with valuable insights behind the scenes. As attendees interact with your event, their session recommendations get smarter, using past choices and preferences to build a personalized agenda. Whether they're starting from scratch or just filling in the gaps between sessions, the content curator suggests options that help each attendee make the most of their time on site. And for you, this means you're not just offering a better experience, you're making sure that the right people connect with the right content every time. Once their agenda is set, the experience doesn't stop there. AI steps in again with our newest feature, Session Snapshots, making sure every session is just as engaging and personalized. But before we take a closer look, it's time for some audience participation. So go ahead and take out your phones and open up the Attendee Hub app. Now I want you to go to this session, and just below the description, you will see Session Snapshots, a new feature being used for the first time here today. Session Snapshots makes it easy to follow along with the transcript during each session, making a more accessible in-person experience. And if something stands out, you can capture that moment instantly. Behind the scenes, the content curator saves these highlights in a matching part of the transcript and creates a quick and easy-to-find summary so you never miss what matters most. And for those of you taking photos of the slides, don't worry, we'll have you covered too. Soon, you'll be able to capture a slide with just a tap. No more scrolling through your camera roll trying to remember which session a photo came from. Everything will be saved in one place, organized and easy to review when you get back home.
All right, next up is the commerce concierge, whose sole purpose in life is to connect exhibitors and sponsors, not with the most attendees, but with the right attendees. And that all starts with intelligent recommendations. Based on profile similarities, the agent will highlight exhibitors that are relevant to attendees based on their goals. This way, Renee walks onto the show floor with a plan. And it's not just to collect as many stress balls as possible, or pens, custom socks, fresh popcorn, those really tiny hand sanitizers. Anyway, you get the point. This, in turn, makes each moment that exhibitors spend on the floor more valuable. And after each meeting, booth staff can then more quickly and effectively follow up through lead capture. For anyone out there that's ever worked a booth, gone are the days of being straight ghosted by your prospects. As soon as the meeting wraps, the concierge uses meeting notes to help you craft and send a completely personalized follow-up, including any helpful resources to go with it. Renee will then see this message and the resources delivered straight to the Attendee Hub event app, making it so much easier to continue that conversation. And as she continues to make her way through the show, Renee can easily refer back to the new My Exhibitors area that tracks a timeline of each interaction all in one place. From start to finish, the Commerce Concierge takes care of the busy work so that exhibitors can spend their time having quality conversations that actually matter.
And quality connections matter. At the heart of every successful event are the meaningful relationships we build. That's why we're focused on supporting each attendee in every step of their networking journey. Our Network Navigator, powered by Cvent IQ, is here to help attendees reach their networking goals. For attendees like Renee, it's simple to outline the types of people she wants to meet and what she's hoping to get out of these new connections. By learning Renee's unique needs and preferences, the Network Navigator tailors every recommendation just for her, so she's more likely to meet the right people and spark real relationships. But it doesn't stop at introductions. The real value comes in the follow-up. Whether Renee wants to reconnect with somebody she just met or keep a promising conversation going, the Network Navigator steps in to make it happen. It can remind her to reach out, suggesting the best way to follow up, and even helping her send a message or schedule a meeting. It's all about turning those quick introductions into real-world connections that last.
And as she continues to navigate the event, in-context recommendations are strategically placed throughout Attendee Hub to keep her and other attendees engaged and connected. These recommendations continuously evolve based on Renee's activity and preferences, ensuring that she never misses an opportunity to connect with like-minded individuals. And to simplify those connections made in person, soon, attendees will be able to share contact information by scanning a name badge, using NFC or a QR code, making contact exchange as easy as a tap or a scan.
And finally, we have the personal assistant. Think of it as a true sidekick, the kind that makes the whole adventure easier and way more fun. Martin Short to your Steve Martin, always ready with the perfect lines so you know that you're effortlessly in the know. Samwise to your Frodo, quietly carrying the schedule, the map, and a little snack to get you through the day. R2-D2 to your Luke, opening doors and never judging when you ask, which ballroom am I in again? The personal assistant is with your attendees through their entire event journey, starting from the moment they land on the event website. Right away, the assistant is there to offer quick answers to questions like what's on the agenda or even the dress code. The goal? To make it easy for invitees to become registered attendees. Once they're in Attendee Hub, the personal assistant is available on every page of the event app, always ready to help, thanks to a team of purpose-built agents working behind the scenes, all powered by Cvent IQ. And the assistant will hold on to those conversations throughout the event, allowing it to learn more about your attendees. With the brains of the event expert in the heart of your brand ambassador, the personal assistant adapts in real time, delivering that 5-star experience every step of the way.
And then all of these interactions come together in one completely personalized place, My Event. This new hub was released in April and serves as the heartbeat of the event based on each attendee's unique experience. Today, this page is focused on helping your attendees during the event. The My Updates area pulls in all alerts so that they can focus on what matters and still not miss a beat. And as their day unfolds, attendees can now see their progress build in real time. The new daily activity section shows a quick snapshot of what they've done so far, and soon we'll be adding even more context by listing out sessions attended, exhibitors met,
and connections made so that they can easily share a complete view of their day. And better yet, attendees can also see AI-generated highlights that give color to those stats and summarize the best parts. In fact, we are using this feature for the very first time right here at Connect. So later on, when you finally get a chance to catch your breath, take a moment to generate your summary from today.
Personalization doesn't stop when your event wraps up. The value extends long after the last session ends, thanks to post-event recaps. These recaps act as a personalized highlight reel for each attendee's journey. They pull together the sessions attended, the connections made, and the moments that mattered most, so everyone can relive the best parts of their experience. This empowers each attendee to revisit key insights, reflect on what they've learned, and take meaningful next steps, like following up with a new contact or exploring a topic that caught their interest. Look, we've come a long way, from paper programs to digital guides and now AI-powered personal assistants. Imagine what your next event could look like when every attendee has that kind of support in their pocket. Someone or something that anticipates their needs and makes every moment count. That's not just the future of events. It's happening now, and it's raising the bar for what attendees expect and what we can deliver together. Now let's welcome back McNeil to introduce user efficiency.
So apparently this is my song now. I thought we were only going to use it once, but we'll go back to it. All right, so we talked about how we're empowering more people to run events. We've talked about how we're helping you deliver more impactful attendee experience. Let's now focus on you, the planner, the marketer, the person actually doing the work. So when we talk to our users, there's one thing we hear more than anything else. Help me save time. And that makes sense. Your programs are growing, your timelines are shrinking, but your team size, your budget, often staying the same, maybe even getting smaller. That's why user efficiency is one of the most important strategic themes in our roadmap this year. Yes, we're simplifying core workflows and reducing friction across the platform, but we're also going further, introducing new agentive tools powered by Cvent IQ to help you tackle critical jobs faster. And it's not just about working faster, it's about shifting the work off your plate entirely. Because when we save you time, you get to spend it where it matters most. So, to show you what we've been working on, I will hand it off to Brendan and Bella. Take it away, guys.
Hello, everyone. We are thrilled to be able to share two different perspectives with you today. I come from a user experience design background.
And I worked with many of you in customer success almost a decade ago before moving into product management.
We're both passionate about solving our users' problems, which is to say, your problems, and giving you all some time back in your day. That starts with revisiting some of Cvent's most core experiences. Cvent's known as a tool that helps you run world-class events. Well, as a UX designer, I'm not only thinking about what our products help you do, I'm just as consumed with how our products help you do it. What was the experience of using them? Yes, the destination is important, but I want to know about the journey and how might we make it more enjoyable, free of frustration, and yes, faster.
Often, improving the experience doesn't mean adding some new capability. It means giving you a faster workflow and putting everything that you need to do in one place.
Take pricing and fee setup. Events can have extraordinarily complex fee structures. And while you can set that up in Cvent, it hasn't always been easy.
In the past, when creating fees, you needed to understand the top-down hierarchy for creation. You always knew the answers to the questions. Who's the audience? What will they pay? what's the difference in the price if they register sooner versus later, and what sorts of exceptions or discount codes exist. But when it came time to translate that to fee creation, the experience led to even more questions. So we've consolidated fee creation options in a single interface so that you can make all of the decisions you need to in an experience that's intuitive. It just makes sense. We are improving fee visualization to help you gain confidence in what you've set up and enabling bulk updates directly from the registration overview page for any changes that you may need to make quickly.
We've taken a similar look at creating certificates. Before, you needed so much information to get started and so much time to create the certificate that you deserved your own certificate just for putting it all together. The new designer and simplified workflow let you create a customized, branded celebration of attendee achievement in a fraction of the time. And they're compliant.
Now, we heard earlier about some ways AI is going to change the experience of your attendees by filling the role of a coordinator. But we haven't forgotten about you planners and marketers. So let's talk about what AI can do for you. We know that you all are often the unsung heroes of the event, behind the scenes, if you will. So while the White Lotus team is out front taking care of your attendees, we've got the behind-the-scenes team taking care of you. The NASA control room full of specialists seeing you through to takeoff. An all-star team powered by Cvent IQ. Your best-kept secret, your call for backup, empowering you with capabilities and speed you didn't possess before, and throughout all the stages of your event. This team's singular collective goal is to make you look awesome. So, this time, the brand ambassador and the event expert are operating alongside you, executing your vision. Assistants to help you plan, promote, manage, and measure so that you can delegate comfortably, free to spend your time and energy on tasks that require your personal attention to detail instead. So, let's focus on where we're already making a difference. 3 critical jobs with more to come.
First, our promotional planner helps you extend your brand with highly visible and engaging content. Our writing assistant now understands the larger context of your event. What's the event purpose, and what kind of content will attendees want to consume? Unique, compelling content helps you rank better in searches and draw attendees to your event. But we know promotion happens over time as you engage with your audience. So the writing assistant has been extended to emails to help you reach out faster. Now you can draft emails quickly and adjust the length or voice and tone with less effort. Doing more with less. And because no promotion strategy is complete without social media, our promotional partner can generate social media content to drive registration on LinkedIn, Facebook, or wherever your attendees are spending their time online.
Next, let's talk about our management maestro. Whether you receive requests through your internal organization, your sales team, corporate partners, emails, or from attendees themselves, we know that this time spent handling escalations can feel like case management at a high-volume customer service desk. Our newest addition to the Assistant Task Force will help you with the most time-consuming jobs post-launch: attendee management and modification. The registration manager's right hand, the assistant will help you execute with confidence. As an example, we can take David Thompson, our eager attendee, frantically reaching out to correct a few errors he made to his registration the week of the event, and for you, it's crunch time. From the attendee list page, where you spend so much of your time already, you launch our assistant. And luckily, within a few clicks, you're able to request a change, let's say to his registration type, confirm the correct attendee, see that there aren't any conflicts, and if there are, you have the opportunity to resolve those, update his sessions, and then confidently close the loop by sending confirmation of the change. Our research shows that even when attendees have the ability to help themselves, there will still be a need for registration managers and planners to modify on their behalf. Now, you'll be able to do so faster, and maybe even have some fun.
Let's not get carried away. But you mentioned our research, and that really hits home for me, because most years I've been at Cvent Connect, That's what I've been here to do, to listen to all of you in workshops, research sessions, and impromptu conversations. Those conversations can have a transformational impact on our products. A couple years ago, we ran a workshop series where you helped us map out your event journey and shared where you want us to invest most. In workshop after workshop, you told us reporting and insights were the #1 area you wanted us to focus. You told us how much time you spend finding the right report, hunting down data, and formatting it the way you need for event after event. We heard you. Since then, we've released a new reporting list page, more modern and accessible charts, and dashboards for registration and sessions. We've improved things under the hood so your reports run faster. And we launched Build Your Own Report. But there's a lot more we're doing.
As we think about the behind-the-scenes team helping you execute your event vision, let's take a look at the insights expert helping you measure and understand your event data. First, Build Your Own Report is getting smarter.
Now it's not just Build Your Own Report, or BYOR, it's also tell Cvent IQ to build your report for you. TCIQ TBYRFY.
I do love an acronym, but maybe we just stick with BYOR. Regardless of what we call it, you can now create a report as if you were having a conversation. So, ask your questions. How many registrants still have outstanding fees? Which companies are sending the most attendees?
Which attendees have dietary restrictions, and what sessions are they registered for? Cvent IQ knows what fields to pull in, what filters to apply, and how to arrange that data into a clear report.
Building your own report is easier than ever, and it's getting more capable. It's not just about registrants anymore. We're expanding analytics to cover financials, emails, exhibitors, speakers, and sessions so that you have a complete picture.
That's going to save so much time. You mentioned session data. Well, we've heard how overwhelming it can be to analyze session and speaker feedback from a big event. I know I can relate. As soon as I was off the stage at Connect last year, I wanted to know, what are people saying about me? Are they excited about the product updates I shared? Did anyone compliment my hair? And I'm just one slightly vain speaker.
For someone looking at the entire event, it takes hours to comb through all the responses, searching for trends and meaningful takeaways. Cvent IQ reduces those hours to seconds.
We've updated our session insights page with feedback summaries and sentiment analysis. Trends, common feedback, and actionable takeaways will rise to the top, so you can quickly draw conclusions and take action. Because the faster you understand the feedback, the more time you have to act on it.
Those session insight summaries will give you a better understanding of your attendees after the event. But what if you want to know what they'll do before the event even happens? Registration predictions are coming.
And we predict you're going to love it.
With Cvent IQ, we're moving back to the future with predictive analytics. That means 4 weeks before your event, you'll know if you are on track to hit your registration goals. With that knowledge, you can commit to your vendors with confidence. Adjust your marketing and invest where it matters most. Take the guesswork out of F&B, staffing, on-site needs. These insights are so much more than reports. They are the answer key.
All of these tools put a wealth of data about each event at your fingertips. But events don't exist in a vacuum. You've told us that data is only meaningful if you can look at it in the context of all your other events. We've introduced cross-event insights to do just that. We pulled together the most asked for information, starting with the basics. How many events did you run in this program? And what were their formats? What were the top locations? A conversion funnel helps you see how your events are performing in each phase of the promotion process. If you're trying to boost your event attendance, this will show you where to focus.
You will instantly see how attendees rate your events and which sessions are most popular. For paid events, you get a clear view of ROI, budget, and spend by category. Now, you might be wondering, how did we decide which events make up a group? Well, on our mission to make this as useful as possible, we asked many of you that question, and we learned one very valuable thing. You all do it differently. So, event groups are flexible. Go ahead, see how things stack up year over year, region by region. You can group events by location, department, time frame, type, or custom field, whatever fits your needs. Go into these strategy conversations that you're having armed with answers for what worked and where there's opportunity to try something new.
And while it's valuable to see how one group of events is doing, it's even more useful when you can compare them to another group. Soon, you'll be able to look at different regions, departments, or timeframes side by side. This is the easiest and most efficient it's ever been to get actionable insights across all your events. Now, let's hear from McNeil about the event lifecycle.
You guys are going to have this song in your head today. We have talked about expanding access, improving experiences, and saving time. Now let's talk about the events that matter most. Your flagship events. It's the annual user conference, the trade show, the partner summit. These are the moments where your brand shows up in its fullest form. They're also the most complex. Dozens of moving parts, multiple teams, high stakes. And if you're going to run your entire event program on one platform, Cvent needs to deliver at the highest level, especially for these. That's why one of our biggest investment areas is strengthening our platform across the entire event lifecycle, from first impression to final session. This is about making sure you have the power, the flexibility, the control to deliver your most important events at scale and with confidence. So, to show you what we've been working on, I'm going to hand it over to Aditya and Jason. Take it away, guys.
What, no Taylor Swift? Come on. All right, well, as McNeil said, when it comes to your flagship events, first impressions are everything. But where does a first impression actually begin? Well, it starts with event promotion. And as event marketers, you know better than anyone that getting the word out to the right people is one of the hardest parts of hitting your registration goals. Now, if you're trying to grow a professional audience, there's really only one place that stands out. And that, of course, is LinkedIn. And we're going to make it easier than ever to tap into that network. With our integration, you can simply pick an audience segment that you want and sync it directly to LinkedIn. And this will help launch highly targeted event ad campaigns to market to similar prospects. And this ensures that you reach the right people faster, attract better leads, and boost registrations, all without the manual work. But driving attendance is only part of the equation. And we all know that your events would not be successful without the incredible support of your exhibitors and sponsors. And they deserve more than just a quick mention. In fact, they deserve the spotlight. Now, last year, we introduced both exhibitor and sponsor widgets for your Cvent-hosted registration sites. But this year, we're taking it a step further. Imagine your exhibitors and sponsors not just being listed, but truly showcased everywhere that your event shows up. With our embeddable exhibitor and sponsor widgets, you can put your event partners front and center, whether your attendees are browsing your company website, a partner hub, or a third-party microsite. And what sets these widgets apart is the real-time connection with your Cvent data. So any change, whether it's updating a sponsor logo, a description, or adding a new exhibitor, automatically updates everywhere the widget is embedded. The result? No more manual updates, consistent brand promotion, and maximizing exposure for your sponsors wherever your attendees see your event.
All right, you've promoted your event, the buzz is building. Now it's time to turn that interest into registrations. And for many of you, group registration can be a huge driver of attendance and revenue, bringing in some of your most influential partners. But managing a group, that's a different story. It usually means juggling invites, tracking RSVPs, managing last-minute substitutions. It's not just time-consuming, it can be frustrating. That's why we built group packages, to take the chaos out of group coordination. Now, group managers can buy a block of registrations up front, even if they're not sure who's joining yet, and send out personalized invites when they're ready. It's a clean, scalable way to manage group registration without overcomplicating the experience. Group managers can check progress, nudge the folks who haven't registered yet, or help jump in and register someone directly if needed. And for event organizers, group packages means fewer one-off emails, fewer fire drills, and more time to focus on the bigger picture. All right, attendees are registered and group organizers are happy, but there's still one big question. How are they actually getting to your event? Planes are a great option, especially for long-distance travel. But for regional and international trips, trains can be the more convenient choice. That's where rail travel comes in. During registration, attendees can now request air travel and share their preferences. Once submitted, your travel team can book the tickets, and attendees will see their full itinerary in confirmation emails. And for you as the event organizer, you'll get a complete view of arrivals and departures across air and rail, so it's easier to coordinate shuttles, manage schedules, and avoid those "where is everyone" surprises. Whether you're supporting sustainability goals or just giving people more options, rail travel helps you keep the event on track. Literally.
Now, I don't want to derail the conversation, but let's shift gears to another vital aspect of your event: exhibitor logistics. Because for every booth and sponsor activation, there's a lot of questions that go on behind the scenes. Like, what's our load-in date? Where do we pick up our scanners? And can we check in early? The list is long, and I'm sure your inbox threads are even longer. And that's why we're making it easier with custom pages for the exhibitor portal. With this update, you can easily build pages dedicated with the information your exhibitors actually need, like key event details, arrival schedules, and important guidelines, all in the exhibitor portal. Less emails, and more importantly, less confusion. Everything's in one place, making sure your exhibitors have what they need well before they set foot on site. Now, speaking about logistics, earlier this year, we rolled out exhibitor booth management. And this feature lets you create exhibitor booths, assign them, and share a real-time floor plan directly through the exhibitor portal. Now, over the last few months, this has been supporting hundreds of floor plans already. And because of your feedback, we're making it even easier. First, we're leveraging the power of AI to automate the creation and mapping of booth locations for you. No need to have booth locations one by one. Simply upload a floor plan image, and we'll help you auto-detect and map your booths for you. And this will be a huge time saver, especially for those large events. Now, speaking of large events, we're also adding support for multiple exhibitor floor plans. So if you have one show floor on the main level and another one across the venue, no problem. You can manage them together and even assign the same exhibitor to more than one spot. But let's face it, keeping up with all of those booth requests can be a challenge. So we're also adding booth management notifications. Here, you'll get instant alerts when booth requests come in. And when you're ready, we'll even help you notify your exhibitors once you've made your final approvals. Now, adding exhibitors and sponsors to your event is one thing, but how do you know they're actually engaging with your event? Enter Exhibitor Insights. This feature gives you a crystal clear summary of what's happening before, during, and after your event. And with Exhibitor Insights, you can quickly identify recent updates, task completion progress, and spot who needs help. Want to compare this event to last year? Easy. With our cross-event comparison insights, you can quickly see how this event delivered against others. No digging through spreadsheets, no guesswork. Just the metrics that matter, all in one place.
All right, now that we've talked about showcasing your exhibitors, let's talk about showcasing your content. You know those big content-packed sessions, the ones with 3 speakers, 2 panelists, a fireside chat, and somehow still a Q&A? They're valuable, but they can be a lot to manage behind the scenes and a lot to follow in the moment. That's where session programs come in. Now you can break complex sessions into clearly structured segments, each with its own title, time slot, speakers, and even linked resources. Session programs give attendees a clean, structured view of what's happening and when, without having to scroll through a messy agenda. An hour into this roadmap presentation, I'm sure more than a few of you have checked this session program, and don't worry, we are the last speakers. Finally, let's fast forward to event day, when everything is live and the pressure is very real. Stakeholders want real-time check-in stats. On-site teams are managing traffic flow, device setup, and last-minute changes. And wait, did someone just ask if the lanyards are gluten-free? Now, while we can't help with that one, but I'm pretty sure they are, we do have something that can help you give the right people access to the tools that they need on-site fast. Enter on-arrival team members, a simple but powerful way to give instant access to on-arrival, even to non-Cvent users. No username, no password, just a magic link or QR code that securely drops them into the app. Want to give execs live check-in dashboards or marketing a real-time view into session feedback? It's easy. Need to onboard check-in staff to scan badges? Just send them a link and they're in within seconds. Access is role-based, so you stay in control of who sees what. It's fast, it's secure, and most importantly, it empowers your entire on-site team without any extra overhead.
Okay, so let's step back for just a moment. If there's one thing we know about making your event successful, is that your event marketing team can't do it alone. It truly takes a full team effort. You need your sales, marketing, and execs just as engaged. Because the more that your team leans in, the bigger the impact. So let's start with sales appointments. When your sales team connects with the right people at your event, everybody wins. So how do we help make that happen? By leveraging the power of Jiffle Now. So whether your sales team is on-site at events they attend or ones that they host, Jiffle Now can streamline your entire meeting management process. And to make booking meetings even easier, we've recently released a new Jiffle Now Outlook add-in. So now, your sales team can book Jiffle Now meetings directly from Outlook. No context switching, as it offers an easy way to schedule from the tool that they already live in. But booking meetings is really just the first step. To get the most from your meetings, you need to capture the value of those conversations. And that's where our AI meeting insights come in. It takes your meeting notes and turns them into clear, concise recaps that summarize key takeaways and action items from every conversation. And these insights keep your teams aligned and moving forward by turning great conversations into meaningful outcomes. All right, so you officially delivered an exceptional event. So now what? Well, the next step is getting that valuable event data into your team's hands as quickly as possible. Now, a lot of you are already connecting to tools like Salesforce, Eloqua, and Marketo. And don't worry, we're going to continue to support those integrations. But we want to make it even easier for you to access all of your event data. And that's why we built DataBridge. With DataBridge, you'll have full data pipeline access. It gives your sales, marketing, and analytics teams real-time insights by centralizing all of your event data into your own data warehouse. You'll even have the flexibility to choose which data sets to sync and when, ensuring that it fits your needs. The result? Faster post-event activation, using the tools that you already trust when it counts the most.
All right, so we're almost there. And as we come to the end of our roadmap presentation, you've probably noticed that we've had AI updates throughout each of our sections today. That's because AI is now laced throughout everything that we do. It's not a shiny add-on or a separate initiative. It's an enabling technology that's helping us to solve problems in ways that we never thought possible. Let's take a look at some of the highlights.
Okay, wow. So much exciting progress, and that is just the beginning. But it is the end of this presentation. So, as you saw in that video, AI is not a side project for us. It is core to the future of the Cvent platform. And we did have a little bit of fun with AI today in generating our speaker cards, i.e. totally AI-generated Cvent Connect backstage passes. How about a round for our speakers today? They were very excited to share with you all the exciting things we have coming. So, with the help of Cvent IQ, we're going to be able to save you time, uncover insights, personalize every attendee experience, and you're going to be able to collaborate more seamlessly with your venue and vendor partners. So Cvent IQ, it's our embedded intelligence layer that makes your data more actionable, your workflows more efficient, and your events more impactful. Today, we also hit another major milestone. After a year of development, feedback, refinement, I'm proud to announce that Cvent Essentials is generally available. So if you're looking to scale simple in-person events across your organization, from field marketing roadshows to internal trainings, Essentials is the easiest way to get started. It's built for speed, designed for scale, and fully native to the Cvent platform. Throughout today's keynote, you heard us focus on 4 core investments. Empowering the field so you can help more people across your organization run great events. Second, high-impact attendee experiences. You can personalize the journey to drive engagement and ROI. User efficiency, saving you time, flattening the learning curve with AI, and the event lifecycle, supporting your most complex events from end to end. Everything you saw today, Essentials, new features, AI-powered capabilities, it's all part of delivering on these priorities. Now, before we wrap, a couple quick reminders. First, stay connected to Cvent product news. Go ahead and take your phone out, scan the QR code, enter in your email address, and sign up. Product news is where you're going to find our release notes. So we have a release every 2 weeks, about twice a month. You'll find all the detailed release notes there. You'll also see everything that we shared here on this stage and all of our future roadmap investments outlined to give you some guidance on what's coming. And you have the opportunity to join our beta programs there as well. So go there, subscribe, stay plugged in. Second, we have got a full lineup of additional roadmap sessions happening throughout the week. First, we have planner and supplier collaborative solutions. That's where you'll hear all about the ways that we can help you collaborate with your venue and vendor partners. We have equip your teams with tools for trade show success. This is where you're going to see what we're doing to help you activate your sales team with Jiffle Now and iCapture at all of your events, which include the trade shows that you attend. In addition to that, we have 16 roadmap talks, which dive deeper into individual product roadmaps. Third, don't miss the Innovation Pavilion. And I'll say it again, don't miss the Innovation Pavilion. It is your chance to meet face-to-face with our product experts, our entire product management team, see what's new across the platform, and experience Cvent IQ in action. We actually have 20 different prototypes and things we're working on there for you to check out. We also have the results of 2 brand new exclusive partnerships. They're going to help you get more sustainable in helping you recycle badges on site and print on the most sustainable material available on the market. You're going to have hands-on experience with that as well. So, thank you for being here. Thank you for continuing to shape the future of the platform with us. We're building it with you, for you. So we'll see you in the Innovation Pavilion.